for a minute before you
Yes,
do your
yes.
thing? Okay, then we're gonna hide your display.
We're gonna have a little chitty chat.
Okay, so listen to me. When you're ready to go do your video, hit that eyeball right there.
Yeah, and take
then
off the
go straight
slash.
to Chrome. Yes.
Okay, all right, gotcha.
That's all you do.
Well, wait. What about my wait?
That's
wait,
all
wait.
you do. That's
but
the
wait,
only two
but
things.
wait. Oh my gosh.
Hit that eyeball right there. Yeah, and see? Now mute that. And now you can read.
Here's the problem. Normally, Bert has me go here, and then I go and I hit in chat, like the pop-up chat.
Right, that's for that, but you have that right there on your phone.
So this is my pop-up chat.
Yeah.
She's so mocking me right now. Oh my god. Oh my god. Leave me alone. Let me be. Don't hurt my feelings. What the hell? Alright guys, so tonight's a little bit different because Dakota has me looking at my pop-up on my phone. So, yeah. Anyway, so really quickly, you guys, how many of you voted on the poll today on Twitter? Just give me a quick little hi Leo, hi Chris, Owen, hi Israel, hi, how are you, sweet pea? Alright, you guys. Okay, so yeah, how many of you voted today on the what's your favorite snack? If you didn't vote on the Twitter poll, I beg of you right now to go ahead and text to me your favorite of these 4 items for snack food. Ooh. Really? Are you guys seeing that crazy screen or no? Is it just me? Like what? No, you're seeing it. Dakota Avery, I have a problem. Can you come help me? Quickly. I don't know if this has to do with your Wi-Fi or what, baby.
Okay, see that? Is it green or is it not green?
It's not green.
When it's not green, you double click on that. Deactivate. Activate.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
And
Do I have to have these on?
What? Your headphones?
headphones?
Well, yeah, to hear your video and stuff.
Okay.
Are you ready to do your video thing yet, or no?
No, we're talking right now. But thank you, baby. I feel like I'm getting used to a whole new set of rules, but oh well. With my messy bun and my messy stream. Okay, alright, so, hang on, let me say hello to some people. Hello, my precious, oh, Wilsha. Oh, hi, Wilsha. Thank you, Martin, for voting. Yeah, the screen got weird. Could have fixed it. Okay. Hi, Skelly. Hi, everyone. Okay. All right, so here's the deal. If you did not vote on the Twitter poll today, I'm going to give you all of the choices, and you guys can let me know which ones which one snack food is your favorite. So here we go. I'm going to list them as they were listed on the poll today. Skittles, Doritos, Hot Pockets, Kit Kat. So you have a moment to, if you already placed your vote on Twitter today, do not tell me what you like the best. But if you didn't place your vote on the Twitter poll today, I would love for you to tell me now exactly which one of those 4 is your favorite snack foods. I'll repeat them one time. Ready? Skittles, Doritos, Hot Pockets. By the way, I've never had a Hot Pocket in my life. Should I have one? I don't know. And Kit Kat. Okay, so place your votes now if you haven't already. Okay, so I feel like I am like, I don't know what I feel like with having these headphones on. Like, it just feels weird. It just feels weird. Like I'm supposed to be piloting some ship or something. Anyway. Alright, so, just so you know, let me see what all of you are saying. Let me see. Okay, so I'm seeing, love the pilot look. Oh, Chris, let me just touch this just for you. Like, ding, 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 ding. That's just for you, Chris Lester. Oh, my God. So silly. Jin Jin. Okay. Alright. Kit Lay. Jin Jin, really? You like Kit Lays? Okay, I know you meant Kit Kats. I know you meant Kit Kats. It's okay, it's okay. Okay, so we've got a Skittles and we've got a Kit Kat. We've got one Kit Lay and one Kit Kat. Alright, so, okay, so either most of you voted already on Twitter today, or it doesn't matter at this point because the votes are all in, and guess what won? You guys quickly send me the answer to what you guys think won of the favorite snack food of most people today. I'm waiting to do. If you're in a country where you don't have that game show, what is that game show? It's not, what is it? Oh my gosh. Anyway, yeah, if you think the song I was just like humming, singing is weird, but yeah, it's just it's a game show. Little. Yes, you're right, Rodney Robinson. It was Doritos. It was Doritos, hands down, crazily. So, there were 2 sweets and 2 salties. I tried to make it where, I tried to make it where it was like one sweet that was like just total sugar, and then one sweet that had like chocolate and sugar, and then one salty that was just like crisp and salty, and then the other salty was like Hot Pockets salty, which I've never had a Hot Pocket, so I don't even know like if that's good or bad or whatever. But anyway, there was like a, you know, you got to vote on like a good majority of like snack foods and taste and flavors and stuff. Anyway, so I have fallen in love with this. On Wednesday we watched a video. The first video that we watched together had Braun Strowman in the Bon Appetit kitchen's test kitchen, and he was making a lobster rolls with Carla music, and they had to stand back to back, and she had to give him directions as to how to make this food, and then at the end they showed each other what they had made, and then they switched plates, and each other had to eat the other one's plate of food. Anyway, so then there's this other series on Bon Appetit called Gourmet Makes, and the star of Gourmet Makes is Claire Saffitz, and I frickin' love her so much. I love her gray streak through her hair. I'm thinking about doing my own gray streak, right? Like, yeah, I've got a gray streak going on there. Anyway, so she does this whole series where she attempts to make different foods that are basically iconic foods, but make them gourmet, but they must be at least as good as the regular, like what we are used to eating, if not better. So that's her, I guess, task that she has to meet and make sure it happens. So anyway, this is one of the very few videos of gourmet makes that I have not yet watched. Like I've watched Snickers, Skittles, Starburst, Hot Pockets. Like she's just made a ton of foods that are iconic foods. But Doritos, that's one of the videos I have not watched yet. So I think it will be great for us to watch it together. And, you know, I will pause every now and again for us to talk on the chat. And, hey, Mart, I think it's too late. I stopped the voting at 6 p.m., so it's like, it's too late to vote now, babe. Anyway, any hoodle doodles. Really, Owen? Is that a fact? I've never heard of that before. Jeopardy! Thank you guys for the, yes, that's the game show I'm talking about. Alright, so, really quickly, I'm going to now, pull up the screen. Dakota Avery. Display capture. I did it. I'm so proud of myself. Oh my god. Alright, so, hi Luna Fortuna. Hi, baby girl. Hi, sweet pea. Okay, so we're going to start with Bon Appetit Gourmet Doritos. Okay, so here we go.
Order it, Taco Bell.
I normally get a couple of crunch wraps.
Hang on, guys.
It's so good.
Is that the one where they wrap the soft tortilla around the hard taco shell?
Yeah, you know, I've made.
Alright, so this right here, this is Claire.
We'll do
Right here's Claire.
from the test kitchen video.
It's an amazing product. It's good to go.
It is
Yeah,
it
it's
is
good to go.
Are we sure that this, oh yeah, this is Gourmet Doritos. So she starts like,
Hey everyone, I'm Claire.
Same way.
Today we are in the VA test kitchen and I am making gourmet Doritos. I'm pretty excited about Doritos. I have a sweet tooth. I'm a dessert person. I don't have like the gene that makes me want to just like eat crunchy, salty, snacky things, unless it's a Dorito. All right, I'll start with nacho cheese.
okay, Avery.
These are delightful in every possible way. They're so crunchy, not greasy, lots and lots and lots of air bubbles, so there's such an incredible light, crisp texture. And then of course, most importantly, the powdery spice flavor coating on the chips, which is perfectly even. Oh my God, what an amazing food. My brain and experience tells me that it's a plain corn tortilla chip with some kind of seasoning coating sprayed on it. I don't think it's in the chip because from a production standpoint, all these flavors, it's way easier just to spray it on top of a single base chip. You don't have to change the formula. My preferred flavor. These are very good. Maybe a little too sweet. I don't know.
Oh, they're so good. Why did you do that to me?
Sorry. I need someone to follow me around this whole shoot with a wet paper towel. Spicy nacho. Truly excellent. Compliments to the Dorito people.
Dorito chef.
To the Dorito chef. Ooh. Of all of the kinds of snacks that I have tasted for this show, this has the most impressive flavor range. Often you have like one central product and then the variations fall quite short. These are all like pretty tasty. I sort of think from the beginning, like I'm not going to nail the flavor of Doritos. It's the equivalent of making Coca-Cola. It's like this is a closely guarded industry secret that no one can ever replicate because there's like some magic happening. But if I can make something close that has that same like addictive, delicious quality, then I'll consider that a success. You're a chip person. Where do Doritos fall on your list of favorite chips?
I mean, they're like the top of the top. Like you can't stop eating them.
Yes.
And there's that weird sweet, salty sort of thing that goes on your mouth, and you just like keep on going back.
Your brain short circuits, and then it's like, just give me more. True or false? Doritos are the most perfect snack food ever made.
True.
True.
If you went to a restaurant and you had a bowl of these on the table,
Yeah.
you'd be like, this is incredible.
Yeah, but what's your flavor preference between the two? Because these are the classic flavors.
Love call
Yeah.
music.
I love them
her.
both. It's kind of like children, you know?
But really you have one favorite.
But really you have a favorite. If it was just for me, I would probably get Cool Ranch.
Do you think it's acceptable to bring in some of the flavor notes from the other types of Doritos?
That's a big question. I think they all have such strong identities as their own thing. You can't mess with that. If you're gonna do a Dorito, you need to do nacho cheese, or you need to do Cool Ranch.
So which one would you do?
Nacho cheese.
That's like, what's your favorite kid?
That's what Carla just said.
Nacho cheese.
Okay,
If
that's
someone,
kind of
if
what I'm
someone
thinking.
like hands me a Dorito and I don't
Yeah.
look at it, I'm expecting a nacho cheese Dorito.
That's
Look
such
at the
a good one.
saturation of that green.
Green and red and orange.
And it's practically like Christmas colors.
To me, like one of the most important things is the bubbly texture
Yeah.
of the chip.
Yeah.
How's that gonna happen?
We'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens during frying. I think it probably has a lot to do with the thickness of the tortilla.
I think they're gonna have to be really thin.
I know, because the tortilla is pressed, not rolled.
This is your biggest challenge yet. They spent like millions and millions of dollars orchestrating this exact mix of flavors. Scientists, actual scientists created this. If you can get anywhere close to it being an actual Dorito,
Okay,
I'll be super impressed.
challenge accepted.
Okay, so I'm going to stop for a second, and I'm going to go backward and just see what you guys have said. Stuff you just say over your headphone. Right? Skelly, I'm so happy that you remember that story. Like, that was a crazy moment in my wrestling history. That's so funny. Okay, so I'm forwarding down, down, to down, 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 to down, down, to down, 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 doop, boop. Okay. Yorga Von, thank you for the 10 lemons because I needed a puckered mouth. Okay. I missed you too. The Pennywise, thank you for following even though I'm freaked out by your character, that character anyway. Hi Waldy. That's oh my gosh, did you read the grandpa stuff on too? Oh, okay. Choose back. Guys, I'm trying to read everything and catch up. Okay. Alright. Martin Duggan, you are not clinically obese, my love. Tangy cheese, the ones in the red. Right, the original Doritos. Okay, so here's just really fast before we go back into the video. Here's what I love so much about this series. First of all, Claire is just precious. She's just very genuine and sincere. And I love that there are things that she does in every segment where, like, for instance, she says she loves, her favorite part is to read all the ingredients. She starts out with all the different flavors of whatever food it is that she's making. And then she shoos all that aside and she gets down to the practicality of actually making that food taste just like the food that we are used to tasting. So I'm going to push play again and we will touch base again in just a little, the Gorilla channel. I love that you just put up a whoa by Ric Flair. Liam Paul, I'm so happy you're here. Do you know what we're doing, Liam Paul? If you don't, tell me and I'll let you know. All right, we're gonna push play again. Ready, guys?
Even though that was basically you telling me you have no faith in this process, and that wasn't really a
So
challenge.
that's her boss, by the way.
Universal acclaim in the test kitchen for Doritos.
He's
Not
the big
surprised.
dog.
So I think,
And
to
the-
Delaney's point, maybe it would be more impressive
And the Bon
if
Appetit
I created
test
a
kitchen.
homemade nacho cheese Dorito that really did the same things that the original nacho cheese Doritos do. Logic dictates that every Dorito is the same, but that some
Look at her
curl
grape
during
streak.
frying
I
and whatever
love
do
it.
weird shapes. So I just want to measure one relatively flat triangle. We're
She,
looking
like,
at a short
goes through
side
every
of
detail
what's called
of
6
every
centimeters. Two longer
food.
sides,
It's
7.5
amazing.
centimeters. This is an isosceles triangle. Do you guys isosceles? Right, two sides of equal distance, and then one. So in geometry, an isosceles triangle is a triangle that has two sides of equal length. Yeah, here we go. It's like the picture. Here's
Oh no! I just lost the
Flower Power,
Oh.
Skin Dope Duo. Argan hemp
What?
for glow,
Video will play after
CBD
ad.
for
We don't
calming
want an
irritated
ad.
skin.
Stay,
Make peace,
stay.
do good, love more.
don't stay. What the heck, man?
Here's my thought. If I have my tortilla in a
headphones are
rectangle,
falling
I'll
off
make
my head,
the
man.
rectangle the width of the height of one chip. Basically, I can cut like this
I need to make a
to
top knot
make
different.
my shapes. I mean, I would actually have to cut a little bit more generously
Look at
because
all
they're
the
going to shrink,
details
but that's
she
the
goes
basic
through.
idea.
I love this.
I love my little chart. I think the most important thing is that all the chips go in being the same dimension, same weight, same thickness, same moisture, and then whatever happens in the fryer happens. Time for my favorite part, reading the ingredients. Here is what's in the nacho cheese flavor. Corn, vegetable oil, parentheses, corn, canola, and or sunflower oil. Maltodextrin, parentheses, made from corn. Salt, cheddar cheese, whey, monosodium glutamate, buttermilk, Romano cheese, whey protein concentrate, onion powder, corn flour, natural and artificial flavor, dextrose, tomato powder, lactose, spices, artificial color, parentheses, yellow 6, yellow 5, and red 40. Lactic acid, citric acid, sugar, garlic powder, skim milk, red and green bell pepper powder, disodium inosonate, and disodium guanylate. I would say fully half of those are like very recognizable things, which is great. The red and green bell pepper powder, very interesting. We might have to make that ourselves here, but that to me, like, okay, immediately that answers the question, what are those red and green specks on the chips? There's a lot of things that are adding like a lactic tangy flavor, so like buttermilk,
Don't
the
make
cheese
me
powder,
pause and yell
whey,
for you.
citric acid. These are the things that really tingle when you eat a Dorito. Because I know what a lot of these things are, it seems like there's a clear path forward when it comes to the
here's my
flavor
problem,
coding.
my love.
On that note, shall we?
My precious lady. Hang on.
First, let's see what Frito-Lay has to say.
Here's my problem. That's not there, and I've been looking like that for like
Okay,
half
how
an
many
hour.
times do I need to tell you what this? It's the same problem every time. Anytime.
But why does that keep happening?
It's happened since you got this camera.
Deactivate and then activate, and then hit
All it
OK.
is. Yeah.
Didn't work. How many times do I have to tell you?
You don't have to tell me anything. Remember?
Oh, thank you. Deactivate, activate. Wonder Twin Powers, activate. Shape of a glacier. Form of a snowball. Okay, we're starting this again. Holy crap. Did you guys hear how mad Dakota just got with me? Because I asked her to help me again with that. Oh my god.
They like the word bold a lot.
I love her anyway.
The Doritos brand is all about boldness. It's a bold experience in snacking and beyond. As
I
usual, the
don't.
website tells you basically nothing. My God, I love this part. In the costliest redesign in Frito-Lay history, the 1994 company spent $50 million to redesign Doritos and make the chips 20% larger, 15% thinner, and rounded the edges of the chip. That cost $50 million. God, $50 million to make it bigger, thinner, and round? Okay, Doritos Nacho Tortilla Chips, how it's made. Oh, how it works.
Once the chips have been pressed out, they're separated from each other and sent onto the ovens.
So interesting. The dough is formed into sheets and then cut into the shape and then baked rather than like griddled the way that a tortilla is. The baking stage is like driving off most of the water and then into the fryer.
Emerging from the oven, they'll spend just 1 minute in a bath of boiling oil at 175 degrees Celsius.
Okay, it goes dough, sheet, cut, bake,
Okay,
fry. So I'm gonna
let's
start
both
playing around
pause
with
for a
like
second.
tortilla dough mixtures.
Okay, so let me see what we're talking about on the chat. Dakota. Hi, Dakota. Let me go back. Okay. Hi Terry, how are you? I'm great, Dan Edward. How are you? Yes, you can see the Doritos. Okay, your face is frozen again. Yeah, we got it fixed. Black Rose, before. Okay, whatever, Black Rose, I have no idea what you're talking about. I hope not, Gorilla Channel. I hope that my mods were polite. As long as you're polite, they'll be polite, I can assure you that. Let's see here. Right, I know Canadians, right? Okay, Gorilla Channel. I didn't see it, but let's let bygones be bygones, and let's start anew and fresh. Okay, so Rachel, you're a new subscriber. Now you are considered a cigar with me, and now you're very loved by me. Thank you so much. It's very special. Okay, so, alright, so here we go. We're gonna push play again, and now Claire is going to basically figure out how to start making Doritos. And again, if you're late joining this live stream, I put out a poll today on Twitter and asked your favorite snack food of Skittles, of, I'm going to do it in the line that I did it in Skittles, Doritos, Hot Pockets, and Kit Kats. So those were the choices that you could vote on today. And Doritos won, which is why we are watching Claire make gourmet Doritos. But she's trying to make them as well as or better than the original. So I just love her. I love this channel. I love this. Like, I love everything about this channel. Everything is very fresh and fun, and yeah, I'm glad you guys are joining me to play with this. Oh, thank you, Dan. I ate some bad sauce. Okay, Black Rose. Nah, I don't like that. You can go away with that kind of stuff. Right, Skelly? I mean, it sounded like that. Wonder Twin Powers, activate. Shape of. Okay. Alright, so we're going to run back to our precious Claire at Bon Appetit Kitchens and see what she does next.
Yeah, I had to change my apron because Kevin behind the camera said it was doing weird crisscross things. I don't know what that's called.
See, again,
so,
I just love
Moray.
the
okay. Here's the process. There's phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 1 is the dough, making the chips. Phase 2 is the seasoning mix. Today we're just going to focus on phase 1. So I'm going to make 2 batches of tortilla dough, but in one version I'm going to use 50-50 cornmeal and masa harina, and in the other version 100% masa harina. Just to evaluate texture, rollability, flavor, all that. It's this white masa harina.
What is it?
It's corn known as white hominy. It gives it this super, super earthy flavor. This is the base for a lot of dishes like empanadas, tamales, pupusas, arepas, etc. And this is a medium grind cornmeal. I think that I want to grind it a little bit finer.
I lost my chat. What do I do?
So I want to try now rolling these out, but first I'm going to let them rest a little bit so that those corn grains can really fully hydrate. Oh, Patty, we have a tortilla press.
Oh yeah.
I can grab the stool.
Door?
This one?
No, the other one.
Wait, what does it say? No.
Don't touch. That's Brad's handwriting.
It says don't touch.
Yeah, look how I'm touching it, Brad.
So even though Brad put a sign on our tortilla press that says do not touch, I'm going to use it. It is very heavy. This is the surface. You put the ball of dough down. Often you line it with plastic to make it easier to release the dough. You put the lid down, you clamp it, presto changeo, tortilla. I want to try a first round of baking and frying just to kind of see like what happens and if I'm on the right track. All right, so we have some curling edges. Not great. Well, the curled edges are partly because they were thinner around the edges than they were across the middle. I want to just try cutting them into some random shapes to throw into the fryer. Visually, I like what's going on with the yellow corn a lot more. We can also switch to the yellow corn masa harina. The paler one's on my left, the all masa harina. I can tell, I don't even have to taste it. This is not what I'm looking for. It's very dense. There wasn't a whole lot of like souffling and puffing. Obviously very crisp, but like not enough airiness. Considering there's no salt at all, not bad. Like I get sort of a pleasant masa flavor. And now these slightly darker ones are the 50-50 mix. with yellow corn. Mm.
Oh no.
Okay, so neither version has that really bubbly, light texture. So something is not quite right. I might want to try another version of dough where I do the yellow masa harina and maybe a quarter by weight cornmeal, because I like the look and I like the texture variation, but I think the flavor is a bit too strong. So somewhere in the middle. And I then want to try griddling them and then frying them and seeing what happens there. So already a lot of bubbles forming. I don't know, maybe the whole thing just dries out way too fast when I do that because it's so thin.
Like, I find it.
Let's just see what happens if I try to fry it.
It's interesting because, like, we eat food and it's like they're put out by
Appearance
the
for
millions,
starters,
bazillions,
quite
but
good, I
then to
think.
try and
These are a little bit
make them,
airier.
It becomes so difficult, and it's.
But
just
the
very
way that they
interesting to
eat,
me.
it has the aspect of being too thick because there aren't enough little micro air bubbles in there. I think that by griddling, like I'm drying out one side too
I'll
quickly
pause
or
for a
too
second.
much. Same thing.
So, Canadians, this is a channel. There's a magazine in the States. I think it might be international, but it's definitely in the States, called Bon Appetit magazine. And basically any and every recipe that they put out in that magazine, they have put through their test kitchen, and they have, you know, given it the once over, the up and down, and made sure that whatever recipe they put out is the best recipe for that particular food. So there's now that gourmet, now that Bon Appetit magazine has this channel, Bon Appetit channel, they have these different series, and one of the series that they have going is with Claire Saffitz, and she is the pastry chef for Bon Appetit Test Kitchen, and she basically does this whole, it's called Gourmet Makes, and she attempts to make foods that are iconic, either as good or better than their original. So, and she's just so precious and down to earth, and yeah, I love her. She's you know, she's able to make fun of herself and have lots of self-deprecating humor, but she's also very smart and savvy in so many ways. So I just love her to bits and pieces. So that's where we're at. Today I did a poll on Twitter. What was everyone's favorite snack food, and Doritos won, which is why I'm doing Doritos for Claire to do the the gourmet mix. So watch it with me.
During baking. So I want to try a version where I just kind of like let it hang out at room temp on a rack, so there's air circulation on both sides. Alright, so if you take a look at these, there is definitely more bubbleage on the surface. Color's pretty close. Thing is happening where I'm frying, but I'm also smelling the donuts that Chris is frying, and it's making me think that when I eat this, it's going to taste like donuts, which is a really sad reality because it's not true. It's not brittle enough, basically, so I might have to further dry them. Maybe there has to be more variation in moisture between the top and bottom. So one thing I want to try is baking it in a hot temp very, very briefly on a rack to quickly dehydrate all the exposed surfaces and then see what happens. So that was 90 seconds. Maybe I should have greased the racks.
Love.
Well, that did not
I
work.
love that you love
taking it in stride.
And I love that you are a subscriber. Thank you so much. I'm really trying.
I mean, nothing about that really worked, but all these tests all kind of turning out the same.
Yes, you
I think
are,
more likely the issue now is about thickness.
I don't know that I was your
and I'm
teenage
still
crush,
a little
yeah,
bit
it's me.
curious about that step that we saw in the video where it's baked and then fried. I don't really know what that's about. So let me just try another few tests where I just get them a lot thinner and just see what happens. So I think what I could do is I can still use the press, but maybe build up some layers, maybe with some parchment, and this is another plastic bag.
She's just ridiculous with the crazy things she comes up with to make things work. It's nuts.
It has the effect of being thicker than they are because they don't have this airy open interior that I really am looking for. So getting them thinner, all I did was make a thinner chip with the same issues as the chips I was already making. For today, there's one final thing I kind of want to try, which is backing up to the beginning almost and trying to bake them again and get them rigid all the way before I put them in the fryer, because that's what we saw in the video on the conveyor belt. Ooh, great timing. I mean,
Okay,
still
so
kind of the
how
same.
can I fix that? Should I?
Sad. The
Should
thing
I
that I
make
thought would
this
happen happened.
video?
The bad news is it's the opposite of what I want, which is they came out even
Tell me,
flatter. I'm starting to understand why. They
Canadians,
spent
tell
$50
me
million
if,
on R&D.
if what I just did
million?
Yes,
helps
50
with
Wow,
the
that's only
audio.
half of your budget.
Yeah, right.
You can do whatever you want. Why can't you put like a tiny bit of leavener?
Yeah, that's my backup plan. But why didn't Frito-Lay have to do that? Like, what are they doing?
Maybe they're frying them twice. Who knows?
They were like baking them and then frying them, which I thought was weird.
That's so cool. Everything comes back to dehydration.
I know.
How many of these videos have you dehydrated something?
I think all of them.
Yeah.
I think what you have to do is like the drying part is really just to dry out the outer layers, leaving like an inner part where there's moisture, and then that's where the bubbles are forming.
Put some tequila in it.
All right, well, as Carla said,
I love
it wouldn't be an
you guys
episode of Gourmet Makes It if we
videos.
didn't dehydrate, so I have to go grab it because I want to get our red and green bell peppers dehydrating overnight so I can pulverize them into a powder tomorrow. Yeah, almost.
No.
Okay, so I'm just gonna cut my peppers into like
terrible.
wide, kind of like quarter lobes. And the idea is just to dehydrate them overnight on high. They're gonna shrink a ton, and I'm pretty sure that those red and green specks on the chips are from these. All right, tomorrow's a new day. So far, I'm not despairing. We'll see.
No.
I heard there was a situation.
Yes, that is a situation. Come with me.
Have you seen this?
Oh no.
I think Chris haven't seen it.
It popped the lid off. Yeah, the spores. The spores.
I waited
The
for him
yogurt.
to come back from Hawaii. I was
Duct
going-
tape it.
And be like, hey, Brad, how is your yogurt?
Hazard tape.
Sorry, Brad, we love you.
So, I just want to share with you some light reading. U.S. patent 6572910B2. Process for making tortilla chips with controlled surface bubbling. This was basically the jackpot. The freshly ground masa is sheeted, cut into snack pieces, and baked for about 15 to 30 seconds
going through all
at a
that.
temperature of from about 500 and adjust from there. It's not enough moisture. So I also had some further thoughts about the tortilla press. I love this tool. It's a little bit limiting though because you can only make a circle as big as the base. I'm trying to make
I love
something
all
more
of their different aprons
like
as well.
slab-like
They're so
that are
cute.
long but narrow enough to fit inside.
You know the wrong part of the... Sorry, hold on.
Why is
Oh
her
my
ponytail,
God,
like,
yes.
orange and her
Yes.
hair is
We never
gray?
use these.
This
We never use them.
is perfect. Ah, it fits.
That's it.
Gabby's the MVP.
Works. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
I truly did not think we were going to have something that perfect.
Yay.
Thank you, Gabby. Successful. So, it tastes like a pretty average corn chip. It's a little bit lighter as I eat it.
What do you guys think so far?
This is better than yesterday, texture-wise. It's possible that I would get something that I'm looking for if there was just more water to begin with in this version of the dough. So with the same proportions, make another dough, except more water. Let's
Right.
say 20% more
guys,
hydrated.
that's what I tried to do. I tried to
Well, I don't know
lower
if it sounds right. I'm just
the
gonna guess.
video. In fact, I did lower the video to about half.
Gabby, this
as
works
loud
so
as
well.
it was. so that you
You
guys
have,
could
I mean,
No,
was
I
it
don't
true?
show it that
better.
often. I don't want people to
Prince
know.
Charming, thank you
But I,
for
you know,
following.
like South America and
It's truly your
we do
moment.
things with like wire and we fix everything with tape. Remember when I fixed the ice machine
With tape.
with tape and
Yeah.
cardboard?
Still, it's louder than me. Darn. Should I?
All right, so
wait,
I
maybe
see
it's
already
this, like,
much more bubbling happening.
on, maybe I
This
should
seems
do-
promising.
Tell me.
Okay,
tell me
so
if
here's
it's
what we
better
got.
When I put the
Pretty
mic
good.
close to
Pretty
my
light,
mouth.
pretty airy.
Is that better
There
or no?
is that kind of like crispy dissolving kind of sensation
me
from
yay
all
or
those
tell me
super
nay.
super thin
Which one?
pieces of dough, of crispy dough, with air in between. But I think that I want to go wetter because I want, so what it seems like is more hydration, more bubbles, and I want even more exaggerated blistering. I basically made palm souffle, Chris, but with corn. Yeah, 3D Doritos. Tell the engineers at Frito-Lay. It's like now I've overshot the mark and they're too airy. I have one more idea, which is
no
going
matter
back
how
to
well
this
it is in my
90% hydration dough and just sort of
Like,
cheating
this
a
is
little bit and
something that
adding
I
a little
need
bit of baking
Bert to help
powder,
me with.
which is heat activated. So it goes into the fryer, in the presence of moisture, it'll create gas. So we'll get some, hopefully little air puffs. So tired.
A true force of nature is unstoppable. It's responsibly sourced and sustainably made with natural ingredients for a moisture that's relentless. A true force of nature, just like you. Burt's Bees.
Although I do love Burt's Bees. Okay. So. Come on, Claire. Okay.
Right. Good point. I've nibbled on these so many times. I do need to kind of taste
There's a way to fix
the original just for the
volume
texture.
problem, guys.
It's kind of hard to assess the texture independent of the flavor, but
so
let me try. Compared to this. Okay. It's actually like not a huge difference. I want to ask Chris, even though he's probably going to tell me that they're like vastly different, but let me just ask him to taste.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris.
Guys, help me. Because I want to make this good for you guys. I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be crappy for you. The whole point of us watching videos together is that you guys can hear and see everything and you can communicate
I've
about
just
it.
done so many small little tests of like tuning one variable.
Alright, so
there
for
was
just
one
a
like in the
smidgen,
middle,
let's do this.
that was
Let's just
the most
watch
blistered, air pockety one I got.
Claire
I'm not
doing
really
her
getting
thing.
it again, and I think it has to do with like letting the surface
I'm gonna fast forward a little bit.
dry a little bit.
Fast forward. Oh my gosh.
And then I'm going to collect all of my seasonings and powders that I think I might use. So sweet. That's like an interesting consequence that I didn't think about. Bell peppers are sweet peppers, so there's a lot of natural sugars there. So that should grind into a nice powder.
Okay, so just grinding her bell pepper into a powder. Okay, cool.
And then I'm going to collect all of my seasonings and powders that I think I might use in
I love Bon Appetit. I just love them so
The reason
much.
I'm sticking to the ingredients in this case is because this is not a flavor that is trying to mimic another flavor that's like in the world. This is its own unique thing, and the only reference point I have for it is Doritos. I'm going to list every single ingredient I have out here on my little piece of paper. I have a 1/4 teaspoon, which I'm going to count as a single like unit, and I'm going to add them in parts, and I'm going to keep a tally of like how many parts buttermilk, how many parts cheddar, how many parts parm, how many parts whatever this is. White cheddar. I'm not going to use white cheddar. And then I can like be constantly tweaking.
What,
so,
Claire?
Because we're dealing with nacho cheese, I'm going to start with cheddar cheese powder. Let's say 4 parts.
Oh, wow.
And now parm.
I hope
Same
that's
thing. 4
colored
parts.
with annatto.
Buttermilk. All these are guesses. But let's say 2 parts. Let's say 1 part garlic powder, 1 part onion powder, 1 part
She's
tomato powder,
guessing, which
a
is
half part
beautiful.
each of the bell pepper powders. And I'm going to do a 1/4 cayenne. Cayenne is all heat. A 1/4 citric acid. Hopefully that's not too much. MSG. Well, I should go a quarter of the MSG because I can always add more. Can't take away really. I'm gonna do a quarter sugar, quarter salt. What if I nailed it? What if this was like it? I could totally crack the code. That'd be incredible. Color is quite a bit more subdued than the orange on the nacho cheese, but it looks pretty good. I like that there's still visible flecks of green and red. Smells like pizza, basically. I have a hard time with bags.
Double. Yes, warheads were hilarious. The little kid, I think his name is Cosmo.
The problem is that, like,
Carla
I taste
Music's
all of these
son.
things, but I'm
He
kind of
loves sour,
experiencing them individually. I get the citric acid, and then I get some of the cayenne, and then
Yeah,
the
right,
tomato
Mart.
and bell pepper, and
She's,
like,
like,
it's a
so
little weird. So I'm
precious.
just gonna go in and continue to like tweak and balance. More parm, more cheddar, more buttermilk, more bell pepper of both colors, and I'm gonna add more salt.
She's funny and fun, but she's smart
More
and
MSG,
sweet.
half
It's
of
just
onion, too.
amazing. I love
This is where
her.
I need Chris, Super Taster Morocco, to help me. The aftertaste, the finish, feels like pretty Doritos-y. It's the initial flavor of salt that is going to like a strange nacho cheese place, but not nacho cheese Doritos, like a nachos.
So just stop for a moment, just so you guys know, as we go forward with watching videos, like we're going to, especially whatever you guys suggest, we're going to watch some of my wrestling matches where I manage, where I wrestle, from the good old days of me being Marlena and Alexander York to the She-Devil, and yeah, we'll watch them together, and I will tell you guys the things that were going through my mind before I went, you know, through Gorilla and when I went out in front of millions of people live. So this is just something that I want you guys to kind of know some of the videos that I love watching. This is one of them. This is the type of stuff I love watching. This is lighthearted, great fun, and I just enjoy it. It makes me happy, so I wanted to share this with you guys. So yeah, for tonight, this is our video, and because the Doritos snack won on the Twitter poll today, that's why we're watching Claire from Bon Appetit Gourmet Makes make the Doritos. So here we go again.
More salt, again. What is it? The Dorito. I don't want to keep eating tiny chip wrappers.
Oh, here's Chris Morocco.
Thank God, Chris. I know. Tell me about it. I need your palate. All I can tell you is that I can no longer
Chris
taste.
Morocco's palette is ridiculously amazing.
Always put the smell first. Not in a bad way.
That's like your first line of defense.
I know. Usually I just eat it though. That's the difference between us. One of them. That's not my chip, first of all. That's Whole Foods restaurant style tortilla chip.
The tangin's like very assertive. I feel like I'm not quite getting the like cheesiness.
So
Like, is cheddar the right way?
It's like the fourth ingredient.
Wow.
They list cheddar and Romano. We have cheddar and Parm. Yeah.
Excuse
It's
me.
right there on the label.
Wow.
So this is now with more of both cheeses. More salt, more MSG. That's it. If I got no closer than this, I would
That's
be
like my child.
okay. The
Dakota
second
always
half
sniffs every food before
is
she
pretty
eats it,
Dorito-like.
which is crazy. Unless she cooks it, she sniffs it.
The blend of salt and MSG is working really nicely in
Yeah,
tandem.
a little bit of sugar in there too.
I do still feel like maybe you could go up like a little bit more, just if not for nothing else, for like color concentration.
On the
I don't think you're.
She immediately throws more cheese in.
yeah.
So funny.
All right, I agree. Let's go with two more.
It's getting to
the new everything spice Dorito blend.
Dorito spice.
Would we get sued? Probably. All right, let's try one more round. Wow.
I'm reading,
really
guys. I'm reading the chat. So enjoy watching while I read what you guys eat that.
Are we gonna call this done? Yeah. I took a break.
Dub Love is crazy, right? He comes off so stupid.
So this mix,
but then he's not. It's
as far as I can tell today,
weird dichotomy.
this is gonna be until I regain my sense of taste back. I'm not gonna tweak it any further for now. What I will do is I
not yet
tallied up
Christmas, but I am getting
all
ready.
of the relative parts for all of the ingredients that I added, and now I'm going to go in to make a larger quantity.
No, that would be crazy.
Skin Sin number 17. Too many after parties. New Neutrogena Bright Boost with dullness fighting neoglucosamine.
We don't want this ad.
Boost cell turnover by 10
don't
times.
want this
for instantly
ad.
brighter skin.
We can get BS.
Bright Boost. Neutrogena.
No. Thank you. Oh. Okay, here we go back. So Wilsha, yes, we will be reviewing videos of my matches and stuff very soon.
I don't know what to do again, ever. I think I kind of did all I can do today, and it's worth it to finish for now, come back tomorrow, and hopefully kind of just do final tweaks to the chip and to the powder seasoning.
Dub Love, I love you already.
Chris, not a good time. I'm pretty confident I'll finish tomorrow, if only because
Wait,
I've tried so many
Dub
times.
Love, where in the world do you
to
exist? Because I will come there just to eat all you can eat sushi with you. Like,
everything
dude,
I set out to.
where is that?
Does that make sense?
Talk to me.
My standards
Speak
have
to me.
lowered, is what I'm saying. Yeah, what I'm saying is I'll give up tomorrow at the end of the day, no matter whether I did it or not. And I'll just be like, I did it, right? And then I'll go to the ribs. Just not her cheese. No.
I should be eating Doritos right now, guys.
Where's this?
What's wrong with me? I should have gone out and bought Doritos.
That's for sure.
Oh,
What
there
the
we're
hell's
black.
wrong with me?
It's good. Can I be real with you?
Yes.
It tastes like a hippie Dorito. Not a real Dorito.
What I think is happening there is like, this has like, reveals itself in like layers of flavors. It's like first you get the cheese and the bell pepper, and then you get the this, and then you get the citric acid, and it's like that is just like all at once. I know.
That's what I got.
Yeah. What is it? What does it mean?
Is there MSG in there?
This is, yeah, there's a lot of MSG.
I think that there's something about the fact that these are probably dressed when they're hot.
That's really interesting.
Comes out hot. I mean,
Yeah.
same thing with French fries. Like,
Right, you gotta dress
season
them
right
all
away,
hot.
so it's like really flames.
Ah, well, I'm really glad you stopped by. That was very helpful.
Well, anything I can do.
Oh yeah. Have you ever had the Taco Bell Doritos tacos?
Why do I ask questions like that?
I don't know. Oh, okay. Well, we might have some later if you want to come.
That's interesting, Skelly.
Maybe I
That
want to
Shane was
work
part
now
of the
on
commercial
before I go further. Assistant for cutting.
for
chips in the
NCIS.
shades that I want.
Racing.
Sorry.
Oh, sushi masa. Oh,
Need
wow.
bread.
Alright,
Maybe I just
so
make a
like
stencil.
Destin's one of my favorite places. Used to go there every year. Take my child. We have many memories from Destin. So yeah, I'm very familiar. But however, I'm not familiar
Close.
with sushi
I think
masa.
I'll make the template a little bit bigger. So I'm going to do half recipes again of all the dough. I kind of want to try adding some of the seasoning mix just to see what that's like. With adding this mixture, it's going to throw off the hydration.
You'll get one. I read your
also,
points,
I don't
and
know how some of these
they were
powders
very
behave
nice.
once they hydrate and if they get kind
God
of
bless
weird.
you.
And maybe it's going to make the dough harder to work. So, I don't know. Let's see.
All right, Claire, what are we doing now? Claire,
Like the
what are
color
we
and how
doing?
orange it is. Yeah, I'll increase it by a half centimeter in all directions. Okay.
Look at the precision that she's going through to get the perfect
Color
Dorito.
is darkening quite a bit because I now have sugars in there. Ooh, that was something I did not think about. Darn, I really liked that idea, but it did not work. Not only did I add actual sugar, but there's ingredients like
Doritos.
tomato powder, bell pepper powder. All of those have natural sugars in them, and sugar wants to brown. Kind of sad. So now I want to try another batch of dough with just significantly more baking powder than I was putting in yesterday. I'm going to triple it and go
Are you
6
guys
grams
enjoying
baking
this,
powder
or
to
would
100
you like
grams of
for me to
pasta
stop
flour.
it and just get to the end? Like, is this interesting
They are
to
pretty
you guys?
light, even where there aren't big noticeable
Be
bubbles
honest.
and blisters.
Be
I want to try some of the
honest with
seasoning
me.
on the homemade chip. It's pretty good. Pretty happy with the texture and the flavor. It would be great for visuals if the chips looked really similar and I had that even coverage of blisters that were all kind of the same size. But having at least eaten that chip, the effect is kind of this.
Pause for a moment. Dakota and all of her pets, which I call my granimals, are doing very well. And yes, Dub Love, I wish I lived close to that location because I would visit there very often. Jorgavan, yeah, I kind of get the feeling like you keep pushing. I hope you didn't cry. Did you read my poems? Like, to me, a poem should not be, you should not put out a poem and then suggest to the reader what you hope they don't feel or hope they do feel or whatever. I think that you should put the poem out and let the reader feel what the reader feels. So I'm a bit, I don't know what to say about that. I'm a bit put off by that because, I don't know, you really pushed me hard to read your poems, which I have, and I've responded to you, and you keep responding like you hope I didn't cry very much, which means that indeed you hope I did cry. Yeah, so, yeah. Like, I'm into more genuine poetry, and I just don't like people, like, leading me to an emotional place that they want me to go. So, yeah. But I thank you for sending your stuff to Martin. Yeah, anyway. Oh, bless you, Dub Love. Well, I'll be here tomorrow night and Wednesday night, so join in. God love you. It's, yeah, I'm just reading what you're saying, Jorgavan, about it's how I honor his memory every year, but stuff. Yeah, it's like you're just pushing too hard, though. Like, send it out to people and don't say to them how they should not feel. Like, that's what poetry should be. Poetry should be the way a person feels within their heart and soul, not the way, like, you should have someone dictating how you should feel. So, yeah. Everything. Bless your bones. But Skelly, at the same time, I really do want to know, like, if you guys don't like going through stuff like this, I want you to say, we hated that, didn't like it, was not my cup of tea, whatever. Like, I just want honesty because, like, this channel is not to make me happy. This channel is to make you guys happy. No, let me back up 1 second. This channel is also to make me happy because this channel does make me happy and I love it. I love connecting with you guys and sharing moments with you guys. So yeah, like I do want to be happy, but I also want you guys to be happy. So yeah. Yes. Indeed, Dub Love. It takes me a minute to say Dub Love because I want to say Dub Love. So yeah, I want to make sure I pronounce your name correctly. Just the two. Oh my God, Skelly. Don't say that. Bless your bones. Oh, bless your heart. That is so sweet of you. Goodness. Oh no, no. You're gonna kill yourself? But no. Got that from there. Wow, that's interesting. It's very interesting. It's cool that you expressed your heart and soul like that. Oh, Liam, I'm so sorry, baby. I love you with all my heart. I'm sorry. Okay, so, this is a great question for you, Liam. If you and I were to watch a video together and kind of like chew the fat over the video, what kind of video would you like for you and I to talk about? Because this matters to me, because you are one of my absolute very favorite human beings on the planet Earth. So, talk to me, my love. Hmm? I think it sucks that you guys are seeing me look down at my phone to read your chat. I also think it sucks that Bert is not on my chat tonight. Everyone, please send Bert a kiss my ass message, okay? Kevin Hines? Spelled wrong. Hines. Nothing. So, okay. Okay. Okay, cool. Alright, guys. Alright, so listen. We're gonna finish this out. We're gonna finish, like, at least this night, with Claire. We're gonna finish the Doritos, video out. And then, here's what I would really love, all of you that join in day after day, week after week. I really want you guys to tell me, hey, I want you to play this video and have us talk about this video or whatever. So, yeah. So you guys, like, start sending me links to videos that you guys want us to talk about and see, and whether they're controversial, whether they're funny, whether, I don't care. I care about what you guys want to see. So, here we go. We're gonna finish with Claire.
Same. Maybe I'll try to get like 6 cut out and then get a timer on them
Or Claire.
and start doing some final test chips.
You would think that Doritos would not be that difficult to make.
So these are still a little bit warm right out of the fryer. I want to try tossing them in some of the powder. Not a bad coating. It's stuck pretty well. Shape is great. Nice little curl around the edges. The flavor is really good, although it's softened. It doesn't have that super crisp texture. So I have to fry them a little longer, but it's really Doritos-y. Chris.
Always have to smell first.
I just eat them. Thoughts?
Here's what's letting me down.
It's not crisp enough.
The texture.
Yeah. It's not crisp enough.
It's nice and like opened up in there, but you're not getting those like distinct pockets of like crispy, chewy, harder.
Yeah, I have to fry longer.
But the flavor, oh
yeah,
seasoning perfect, cheesiness perfect. It just feels open up.
It's pretty good.
It's like 75 miles an hour, like zoom.
Yes.
You know.
Okay. I'm getting some variation in the chip shape and texture. I agree with him. It's not quite crispy enough. I have to fry longer. But overall, this is definitely the lightest version I've made. So I'm going to keep going and just start pressing and cutting the chips as quickly as I can. Emil, what are you eating? Yes, it's right here. Look at how orange it is.
It's very orange.
Skelly, we're gonna stop for a second so I can catch up with you guys. Skelly, my shoulder is, every day's better. It's weird. It's like at the end of the scar down here is the most painful still. It's weird. It's like there's still a spot that hurts. Anyway, Liam put on this. I don't mind if I'm not in the video. There's mine. I'm just happy to be here. I love you, Liam Paul, so much. Actually, Dub Love, I'm not all about Doritos. The reason that we're doing this video is because people were polled today on my Twitter account for 8 hours, and this is the video that they chose. So, yeah, that's why we're watching Claire make Doritos. Dan Edward, you said yesterday you got to meet Roman Reigns' cousin, Lance. Oh, good for you. That's awesome. Video about blueberries, mate. Well, oh, Mart, you want to see, but videos like about blueberries doing what? Like, blueberry what? You have to, like, come up with a certain particular blueberry thing. You know what I'm saying? Blue waffle. Okay, blue waffle, that's pretty good. Dub Love. Oh, Dub Love. That's me. Oh, Dub Love. That is great. Day one. It's easier to buy it back. I know. Dude, everything that she makes, it's ridiculous. At the very end of every gourmet makes, she goes back through how to make whatever, right? And for instance, this video, how to make Doritos, and she cuts out all of the goofs, the things that didn't work, and she tells you exactly how to make that particular thing. And it's like, after the second directive, you're just like, no, like I'm just gonna buy a bag of Doritos. Why would I ever spend the time, energy, and effort to make this crazy thing? Yeah, it's nuts. Dubweb, you're funny. Alright, guys. So I'm gonna push play again, and we're gonna see this thing out.
This is the Flamin' Hot.
Oh, yeah. That's Cool Ranch.
Oh, they're eating like Taco Bell.
So here we have Doritos Locos Tacos in.
Oh,
so the hard shell taco, the shell itself
great. Is they're
Doritos.
Horrible, but they're great.
Is it Doritos flavored or is it just Doritos?
It's not, I think, as intense as a regular Dorito.
I agree. I can't taste it and not taste all the other stuff in the taco. That like.
Why am I not eating Doritos right now?
The taco itself is lost in the Dorito.
I know.
The Dorito. or if the reverse is the case.
This makes me more confident in my Doritos because like that doesn't really taste like Doritos, and none of them really do.
It doesn't really taste like a taco either. It's like somehow by adding one thing.
Dakota, where's the closest Taco Bell? Okay. Alright, you guys, the closest Taco Bell is like about 17 minutes away. And I think they close at like 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning, something like that. I might have to go and have a Dorito taco just after watching this.
Yeah, I get it. This would taste great, like hot off the drive-through window.
As someone who just finished one, I would finish it.
As someone who just finished 2, I would finish the 3rd.
Chris, are you interested?
Okay.
Alright, so here's the stove.
This is
so I'm
snobby.
gonna ask Rhoda to come help me with just another set of hands to portion, press, cut, and get all the chips ready to fry. This batch looks really good, lots of little bubbles. This guy I really love, like the little folded over edge. That's really nice. And it's also nice to be able to get these going 3 at a time. I like the color because the color has sort of an orangish, yellowish tone, and I think that it's going to look good with the powder on top. I think that the undertone will like enhance the orange color. And now, just to really make sure that these are fully crisp, I'm going to put them back in the oven to just dry for a little bit. Let's see. They're pretty low. Oh, they got a little dark. Get too dark, do you think? I checked on them 1 minute ago and they were fine. Oh no. Is this too dark, do you think? I'm not remaking them. This is going so well. Something had to happen. My one chip in this huge bowl. It tastes a little bit overdone. They're so toasted tasting now that like that takes over and you don't really taste much of the seasoning mix. Tell Rappo not to come down. I don't want him to taste these. They look so bubbly and good.
Oh my gosh, Dub Love. You're like one of my new favorite subscribers. You're funny.
I know, but that's what all I've been doing for 3 days.
We can do it
Poor
together,
Claire.
I'll help you.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Poor Claire.
Let me try it. It's like the coating is too thick.
She's frustrated. She's down.
They're pretty good.
Bless her bones. We love her though.
Overall, the flavor is nice. It feels like it's like trending, like looking a touch like dark.
Yeah, that happened.
Oh, they went too far.
Yeah. It's just so toasty that it like gets in the way of all the other things that are happening in the powder. It's like it needs to be more neutral. Yeah.
I can help you to make our assembly line.
I just hate that idea. Here's the plan. I'm gonna go for a walk. I'm gonna get some sleep tonight. Come in tomorrow. Laura's gonna help me. She's gonna be my emotional support.
Is that like
and
a
then
cubby? Wait, was that
really
like
get it
a
dialed
cubby
in.
of
Hopefully kind of like
aprons?
one and done.
Hang on.
Me.
Right
my
there.
emotional
Hold on.
support,
Oh,
and then
oh no, I didn't stop in time. Hang on, guys. Hang on.
really get it dialed in.
Hang on.
Here's the plan.
Right there. Like right there. Is that like a cubby of aprons? Are those clean aprons? Are those dirty aprons? Are those aprons at all? Like everyone has like different kinds of aprons, but that, I don't know, what is that little cubby? Interesting. Interesting nonetheless. Interesting nonetheless. Shall we move forward? Because we have to finish this tonight. Here we go.
I'm gonna go for a walk. I'm gonna get some sleep tonight. Come in tomorrow. Laura's gonna help me. She's gonna be my emotional support, and then really get it dialed in. Hopefully, kind of like one and done. Yes, I've been through this. What is it? Is it 7 stages of grief or something? I've been through that. I've moved on to acceptance. So I just needed a minute. It's the moments you want to capture the most when I most do not want the camera. So that doesn't work out very well for me. Thank God it's spring in New York. I gotta get out of here. I had nothing in my tank. So I was running on fumes there since about like 4 p.m. And then when things didn't go wrong, I really didn't have any kind of reserve. I went to the gym after, walked into the locker room, and walked out and went home. It's like, I'm not doing this. I think this is a good opportunity to go through the whole process and have it be really seamless and feel really good about it from start to finish rather than trying to like cut any corners. The main difference today is I am going to put them in the oven, but I'm putting them in at 200 where they're much less likely to take on too much color too quickly. Game of Thrones character do I most relate to? It's hard. There's also, first of all, there's 1 million of them. I like all the Stark girls.
Alright, we have
Stark
6
ladies.
minutes left. Like 5 minutes
I
left.
like Jon
guys.
Snow, but it's just like so Jon Snow all the
So
time,
we're gonna
you know?
finish this.
I think I do relate
And then we'll
most
be
to
able
Samwell
to
Tarly.
discuss at
Not
the end.
necessarily my favorite character, but like he just likes to like read books. Not maybe the best warrior at all. So it's been a little up and down, but we're right at 390, which is ideal. I have all my cutouts ready to go. I'm gonna just start adding again 3 at a time, like I did yesterday. The last chips just came out of the fryer. Now I'm going to put them into the oven, and I think I'm going to use a different technique.
Yeah,
for
just buy a bag of Doritos. Crazy.
I want to check. And I don't
Just
have to let
buy
these
a
go
bag.
forever, just until they seem really nice and crisp. This one has a tiny bit of bend in the center, so I'm going to do another 5. And hopefully that does the trick.
Gosh.
3, 2, 1.
Wow.
I think they look really good. They feel crispy, dry, not too oily. I'm just dabbing each one with paper towels to absorb any surface fat. And then I'm going to dust them with my Dorito mix. Basically identical in size. I think it's easy to like pick apart the aspects that are different. Like it's not quite as firm of a crunch as the original. It doesn't exactly have that smack you in the face, real like front of the palate kind of response, but in the grand scheme of things, I think it's delicious. There is no artificial aftertaste at all, which I do think after eating like your 5th Dorito, maybe you start to experience a little bit of that. And like a lot of those artificial preservative flavors to me, they're expressed as like a bitterness.
I
Right
love
back
that
your
so
mouth,
much.
and I don't get that here. The flavors are a bit more clean.
Look, Big Bird, you're so tardy to the party.
Thank you. It's spring, even though it's 40 degrees outside. Just try this.
Just try this.
Yeah.
Hey, we're
Yeah,
trying to shoot a
exactly.
video here. What? $40?
That's crazy. Every time I took $1 out, it was a bigger bill. That's $43.
My God.
Here, you want $1?
I would never. I would.
For you. $1 for you.
Thanks. Yes.
Can I get one of the 20s? I love
No, these are
Oh my God. Thanks, Molly.
I like the flavor a lot.
Uh huh.
You had that sort of mix of sweet and salty.
Exactly,
Sugar,
Nick
salt,
Big
sugar,
Bird.
salt thing.
Uh huh. Get a little
That,
bit.
that's what we all
Yeah, a
are
little bit of bite.
surmising.
I would go a smidge
Like,
less than
but
it
it's
has kind of a
interesting to watch
powdery
someone
texture
go
to it.
through
Okay,
all
Whereas
of
in
these
fair
Doritos,
enough.
it feels a little bit more
toils
baked in
to
instead of powdered
make
on
this
top. It's like a powdered donut
taste
version
like
of Doritos.
Right.
what a bag of
But did I do better than you thought I was going to do?
chips taste
By
like.
a lot,
I know
right?
chips
By a
for
lot.
you
You had
guys
no
are
faith.
fries, but
I don't say I had no
Fries,
faith, but I was skeptical. This is your biggest challenge yet.
chips are
That was
Really?
delicious. Yeah, yeah.
Doritos.
It's a pretty good chip.
It was really good chip.
Adam approved. Ye of little faith. I would never
So
find
she's
$43
about
in my pocket
to
because
give
I would
us the
never
whole
lose $43.
how to make
Because
Doritos,
I'd be like,
and it will
where'd
blow
my
your
$40
mind,
go?
and you will
Gabby?
absolutely say,
Want my teeth
no.
Oh, do I have Doritos in my teeth? No.
You will absolutely say, when she tells you what all it takes to make Doritos, you will absolutely say, why in the hell would anyone ever attempt to make Doritos? Why would they not just spend $1 on a bag, right? So she's about to do that.
No, you're good.
I want to have a few of these with a Paul beer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a little piece.
Yeah, a little heat. Little tiny bit of cayenne.
I'm getting it at the end.
Yeah.
Also.
Next time I will buy
Yes,
a bag of
I love
whatever
it.
we're
Chris,
talking
not
about.
not that you're not busy. So I'm making donuts.
Oh my God,
Always
it's
at the
nothing.
smell. Right?
Texture is finally there.
Mhm.
Where you get that shatter, it wants to dissolve, and
Uh-huh.
get some bits like to hold on.
Uh-huh.
This has like an actual brightness, like a super brightness that the Dorito doesn't have.
All right. Well, I feel really good about it.
Unlike you, I'm not done. I'm gonna try it.
All right. Well, we're here to taste test if you need. No problem. I'm actually
Here we go.
quite proud of this one because it's not like an Almond Joy where it's sort of like, oh, that's an almond and there's coconut and chocolate and like I understand those components. It was kind of gratifying and cool to like feel like I did a decent job recreating something that I thought could only be produced in like a laboratory. Having mimicked it so closely with the homemade version, I'm like even more proud than usual.
Watch this. This is crazy.
All right, here's how you make gourmet Doritos. De-rib and de-seed 1 red and 1 green bell pepper. Cut into eighths and dehydrate, then pulverize into a powder. Set aside. Combine 4 teaspoons buttermilk powder, 10 teaspoons orange cheddar powder, 4 teaspoons sharp white cheddar powder, 8 teaspoons Parmesan powder, 1 teaspoon tomato powder, 3 teaspoons garlic powder, 4 teaspoons onion powder, 6 teaspoons MSG, 8 teaspoons kosher salt, half a teaspoon sugar, quarter teaspoon cayenne pepper, quarter teaspoon citric acid, a quarter teaspoon distilled white vinegar powder, and 1 teaspoon each red and green bell pepper powders. Shake seasoning mix to blend and set aside. Combine 100 grams white masa harina, 60 grams water, 5 grams vegetable oil, 2 grams salt, and 2 grams baking powder, and mix to form a dough. Knead until smooth, then cover and let rest. Press portions of dough in a tortilla press between plastic, then cut into triangles with rounded corners. Fry in 375-degree vegetable oil until completely crisp and just starting to turn golden brown. Drain chips on a cooling rack and dust generously on both sides with seasoning mix.
Or
possibilities for this Dorito powder, right?
I think maybe that's our $1 million idea.
I think Frito-Lay is going to send us a cease and desist.
Oh well. They'd want to get on board. Like they had to spend $50 million to get that.
Yeah.
We're offering them
like
around
$50 million to make the nacho cheese Doritos. Crazy, right?
Too many.
Pause. Alright, so you guys, yeah, it's nuts, right? But I thought it was a fun way to end the poll today and have us go through, the One of the Teats, channel and Claire Sappet's, gourmet makes. So, anyway, it's interesting that our lovely Bert is joining us at this late hour of the evening when it's time for us to say goodbye to each other. But I would love for you guys to give me any of your questions so we of course go live tomorrow night. So I would love to hear any wrestling matches that I've been a part of that you guys would like to see. Martin Duggan will find them. He is like the sniffer of all wrestling videos for me. He can find whatever. It's crazy. I'm always impressed with his amazing skills. And yeah, so like anything else that you guys want to watch with me, it doesn't have to be wrestling related. It can be like, it can have anything to do with anything. I don't care. Like as long as you guys want to like watch it and talk about it, I'm cool with it. And yeah, I like to watch weird, crazy stuff on YouTube. So I also like to bring you guys along on my journey, and I would love to be a part of your journey on your YouTube watch list as well. So hang on, let me catch up with you guys really quickly. Hang on, guys. Hang on. I'm scrolling up. Hang on. Oh my god. Yeah, Liam Paul has been well behaved tonight. Crazy man. Scrolling down. I'm at Rob Wright saying evening all, and then I'm at Liam Paul telling Nick Burt that he is being well behaved. Dan, you can send me links at my Twitter, which is the Terry Reynolds. Yeah, that's the best place to send me a link to a video that you want us to watch together. That's the best place. I don't even want to repeat what Arizona just said. Thank you, Dublove. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure meeting you, and thank you for being a subscriber. I love you being one of my cigar people. That's awesome. Exactly. Mark is always watching Xena. Someone in New Yorkshire. Yes, yes. Okay, hold on. Let me look at it. A Yorkshire pudding. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me see someone eating a Yorkshire pudding. Jamie Oliver eats Yorkshire pudding in
Nice to meet you, mate. So this is a Yorkshire starter. Oh yeah. Just 2 crispy Yorkshires, a silky onion gravy, simplicity in its purest form. Wherever I go in the world, people go, yeah, Yorkshire puddings. I mean, they've become infamous, haven't they? In the old days,
so it's just like a bread dough and gravy.
On a spit. They used to have a big square.
Basically, is that what it is?
You capture all the fat and all the juices from the meat.
So do we have any brown gravy here?
Put into the tray.
Because people are like talking about Yorkshire puddings, and I think it looks like bread dough and brown gravy, and it makes me hungry for one. That or Taco Bell, one of the two. Because we were talking about Doritos tonight, and there is a Dorito Taco Bell shell. You still are wanting to do that? You don't want Taco Bell? The only reason I'm asking you is I'll go with you if you want to go get Taco Bell. I'll buy dinner if you want to go get Taco Bell. Dakota wants Chinese. What do you think is going to be the end result? What do you want? Still want Chinese? Alright, I'll figure out a Chinese dish that I want. Darn it. Alright, Dakota wants Chinese. Anyway, it's really cute. Yeah, Jamie Oliver, I love him. The Naked Chef. I wanted to do the reaction. Yeah, okay, we can certainly do that. Oh, okay. Oh my god, you guys are so awesome. I know. Mart, that was so much fun. I met the producer of that show at a party, and I told him that I really wanted to do something where I had no makeup, I was just totally, nothing that attracted the wrestling audience to me. I wanted everything to be the antithesis of that, and he created this character and this episode for me, and it was so amazing. I loved it. Yes, we should watch that together. Liam Paul, you're crazy. You're ordering now? Can you give me like 30 seconds to get off my live stream? Can you be that patient? You're amazing. I love you so much. Martine. Alright guys, Dakota is tapping her fingers, and I need to jump in on the ordering bandwagon for the Chinese food. So, I love you guys. Leave any videos that you guys want us to watch together, whether it's a wrestling match or something strange or different, whatever, it doesn't matter. Leave it on my Twitter, which is the Terry Reynolds, and yeah, we'll do it together. So, I love you guys, and I love you with all my heart and part of my liver. How's that? Good night, sleep tight, and pleasant dreams to you. Here's a wish and a prayer that every dream comes true. And now, until we meet again, adios, au revoir, I'll be the same. Good night. That song is like, I don't even know who sang it. I think was it Carol Burnett? Was it Lawrence Welk? I don't know. Anyway, makes me smile, makes me happy. I love you guys. Good night. Ciao for now. Ciao for now. And ciao for
The after parties? Neutrogena Bright Boost for brighter, wide awake skin.
What?
Molly, is that hot?
It's extremely hot. I'm burning my fingers with every